A very good Sunday evening. Thanks for clicking on to today's video. Certainly, we have seen wind, rain, and a mix in temperatures over the course of this weekend. But we are going to turn to much fresher conditions as we push into the new working week. We've got a massive cold air that's getting driven southeast between Greenland and Iceland, or should I say Greenland and Canada. That, in a sense, is visible across the North Atlantic here. You notice a lot of the precipitation seen by the model is in the form of snow as opposed to rain. So we are going to see a turn to colder. We are going to see a messy picture Monday into Tuesday, and the air that's essentially over the Davis Straits at the moment will be over the British Isles in modified fashion, and we could see snow not just the high ground but also down to lower levels. The M8 corridor, Glasgow to Edinburgh, don't be surprised if you see snow. But at this time of the year, sun angle always that bit higher. It's difficult to pinpoint snowfall and accumulation, so on and so forth. So let's get right to it. The GFS is indicating that we do get into a kind of messy regime. This is into tomorrow morning. You notice that here, low pressure just to the north coast of Scotland here, and high pressure over the Bay of Biscay means we've got that's squeezing the isobar. So we're going to be talking about gale force winds, something that has been a feature in our weather in recent times because the Atlantic has been much more of a player, if you will, as opposed to back during the winter months when it was a lot more quiet. So it gets interesting, I think, particularly into tomorrow evening as the main frontal system pushes through. So it's going to be a mix of rain, sleet, snow, hail, gusty winds. But it's once that front clears, that's when the colder air mass comes in on the backside. The air that is currently over the Davis Straits, that will be in place during the day on Tuesday. And like I say, we are going to see a rather wintry, cool feeling day, windy, with a chance of snow even to low levels. So the first half of the week is going to be quite messy, a change over to much colder weather. As we go from midweek into the latter half of the week, it looks as if we are going to start to see high pressure building in. Now you can see that here as I skip through the loop. That area of high pressure centered just to the north of the Azores at 1034 millibars. That kind of pokes its nose, sticks up into the northern half of the UK. But bear in mind, we've got plenty of cold air in place at this point in time. So it looks as if we are with the potential for snow in the ground, clear skies, and cold air in place. Nights could get pretty cold once again, especially out with the main towns and cities. Down across southern parts of the UK, it's going to maintain rather a kind of unsettled theme because we've got low pressure in place. So you can see here as we skip towards the latter half of the week, that 1034 high currently over the Azores will be sitting over basically over Oban as we go towards this weekend. So we do settle things down, but it maintains a rather cold overall picture. Let's have a look at the 850 temperatures here. So the 5,000 foot level temperatures generally represents quite nicely the air mass that we're going to be dealing with here. So look at this here. This is what I'm talking about. The cold air that is getting driven down from the Arctic between Greenland and between Canada out into the North Atlantic. All the while, it's going to, of course, moderate. We're not going to be seeing temperatures of minus 20, minus 30 like we are at the moment over the Arctic. That 8 to 10 Celsius Atlantic always moderates that air mass quite considerably. But it will be driven fast enough across the North Atlantic that we are going to see certainly a much colder feel across the UK. So as we skip through it, you can see here the cold air mass travelling across the North Atlantic into the UK. Then we get a kind of tongue of much colder air, if you notice here at 5,000 feet, driving south into particularly the northern half of the UK. And this is what I'm talking about here. We've got the high pressure building in, colder in place. Certainly sets the scene for some rather cold nights, especially in the snow covered areas. Speaking of snow cover, the model is indicating that we are going to see some form of snow cover as we go forward. So let's skip through the loop here. You can see here very little in the way of anything over the next 24 hours, but you notice here as we go towards Tuesday, it looks as if the GFS is indicating here parts of Western Ireland here, northwestern parts of England, the southern uplands and the West Highlands could see a covering of snow here from this. So this is definitely something really worth paying attention to here, and we could see more snow down over the Welsh Mountains, down over the Pennines, and across parts of central Scotland as well. So a wintry flavour to our weather as we go through the next week. So keep it right here on markvaughanweather.com. Appreciate you watching, and I'll be back in the next couple of days. Bye for now.